going over the extra practice words that we had last time. If they look scary, don't worry. You will be able to do words like this by the end of this class today. So number 1, and these are all nonsense words, just in case you're wondering. Number 1 is cluttage. Cluttage. Number 2, blompetch. Blompetch. So as a reminder, last time we went over the TCH trigraph. It sounds like a CH. The T is practically silent. You don't really have to think about it. It's going to come out pronounced naturally. It's just a stop and then the ch. And it always comes right after a short vowel sound. So you know that any vowel that comes right before a TCH is going to say its short sound. As an I, a, I. Okay, so just a kind of a review. So 2 is blompetch. Number 3, desompatch. Desompatch. Number 4, fimpritch. Fimpritch. Number 5, gromach. Gromach. Those 2 O's are going to say 2 different things because of the 2 letters that are after it. So this O has a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. That means that O is going to make its long sound O. This O does not have another vowel 1 or 2 doors down. So it's not going to say its long sound. It's going to say its short sound. Ah, gromach. Number 6, gletach. Gletach. Number 7, hippitch. Hippitch. Number 8, japompitch. That one took me a second. Japompitch. Japompitch. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Let me look at it. Tentrimatch. Tentrimatch. Does that sound kind of like what you ended up pronouncing? Okay. And number 10 is lamach. Lamach. Number 10, let me just show you something. If there was only one M there, then this A is going to follow another rule. If there is an A that is at or toward the beginning, and you have to have that and in there, and there is a vowel 2 doors down, not 1 or 2 doors down, but 2 doors down. So if there is an A at or toward the beginning and there is another vowel 2 doors down, then that A is going to make the schwa sound and say and that would then say lamach. Lamach. That's why we have words like a lot, go, adopt. Notice that there's a vowel 2 doors down and that A is saying So if that was only one M, it would say lamach. But since there's 2 M's there, it's going to close in that A and make it say lamach. Lamach. So I have a question I missed last week. We're going to go see the videos I lost today. Oh, yeah, it is kind of hard if you jump right in. You're welcome to jump in today and then just because, you know, I would give today's class a try, because right now we're going to go to the next lesson and it's going to start from scratch. We're going to start from the very beginning and you're going to be just where everybody else is. But if you want to, you are welcome to go look at all of the other recordings for the other classes, except the one that I forgot to record that I still need to replace that video. They are in the modules with that date under that module. So you'll go to the date of the class, scroll down, and you'll see the recording right there. Okay, so today's lesson. Today we're going to learn about DGE, which follows the same rule as TCH. But first, let's do our phonemic awareness warm-up. Warm up our ears. We read with our ears more than we read with our eyes. So how many sounds in cookies? Cookies. Put it in the chat. This one's not easy. Okay, everybody so far is either right on target or just barely off. So cookies has 5 sounds. There's that sound that we don't have a letter for in our language. E, Z. That S is sounding like a Z. E, Z. 5 sounds in cookies. How many sounds in bird? Might not be as easy as it seems. Take your time. Bird, not letters, just sounds. Right, put it in the chat if you haven't already. Okay, again, everybody's either right there or just barely. Oh, well, almost there. So bird is spelled like this. This is making one sound. This is making one sound. And this is making one sound. So there's 3 sounds. IR says So this sounds are B, D. 3 sounds in bird. 4 letters, 3 sounds. Now, how many sounds in bluebird? Bluebird. Stretch it out, it will help. The very first sound is quick, so make sure that you pull off the B from the O. So bluebird has these sounds. B, O, oo. B, D. I'll do that again. B, O, oo. B, D. 6 sounds in bluebird. Isn't it interesting how challenging this exercise is? You wouldn't think that counting how many sounds within a word would be a little difficult, but you might be surprised at how difficult it really is, which is why we do that at the beginning of every single class. I wish, so in the Learn Reading program, I have a funding, the curriculum that I developed, we do a phonemic awareness page in every single lesson from lesson 1 to lesson 80, even though by lesson 80, they will be reading it as probably middle school level at the youngest, probably higher than that, but we still do phonemic awareness exercises because it is the best way to improve your reading skills. If you have a solid phonemic awareness, you can read easier. And it is not taught very much in schools. It's beginning to a little more, but it is not taught as much as it needs to be in schools, as you can probably attest, because it might be a little new to you, all of this separating the sounds stuff. Okay, how many sounds in, I wonder what that's a picture of. Gym? Let's start out easy. How many sounds in gym? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said easy because this is never easy. Yes. Gym, I'd love to teach you about gym, is spelled this way, and each grapheme has its own sound. J, I, M. The G is making its soft sound because there is a Y after it. That will happen every time. The Y is making its I sound because Y always acts as an I would if it is in the middle of the word. If Y is in the middle, it means it's a Greek word. and the I is going to act like an I. And since there's not another vowel 1 or 2 doors down, it's going to say it's short sound of the I. So that's why that says gym with a soft G and a short I sound. Let me amp up that one a little bit. What's more difficult? Oh, gymnastics. There's a challenge for you. How many sounds in gymnastics? Take your time. I'll be quiet. This might be the hardest one we've ever done. I just did it twice and I got 2 different answers, so I had to do it again myself. One more minute because this is a hard one. Okay. Gymnastics. Here we go. J, I, m, n. Did you get that? Did you get that N right after the M? Let me start again. J, I, m, n, a, s, t, I, s. 10. That is a doozy. The first time I did it, I got 9. I had to do it again and I got 10. J, I, m, n, a, s, t, I, s. 10. Be an easy one with gym. So if you got gym right, you're welcome. I gave you but I also had to throw a hard one in there for a challenge. My apologies if that was a doozy. Okay, so our new rule for today is the DGE grapheme, which is a trigraph, 3 letters that make one sound, makes the J sound. And that is because if you'll notice that G has an E after it. And that E is forcing the G to make it soft sound. The 3 letters that will make a G make it soft sound are E, I, and Y. If one of those comes right after a G, then that G will say J, as in gymnastics is G-Y-M. And that's why this G says J. The D is, again, just like the TCH, you don't really hear it, but you can kind of notice it because it's a stop, your tongue against the top of your mouth. But for all intents and purposes, it's going to sound like this. J. DGE is going to sound like J. Okay, so let's go for it. I want to give more time to you guys for the end this time. So I don't want to go too fast, but I also don't want to go too slow. Let me stretch this out. So I'm going to mark my vowels over here. Here is an O. It's going to make its long sound because there is another vowel 1 or 2 doors down. I'm going to mark this as a short A because there is not another vowel 1 or 2 doors down. And this trigraph says J. So when I pencil read that word, it's G. That's a hard G because there's not another vowel 1 or 2 doors down. I mean, because there's not an E, I, or Y after it. So when I pencil read it, it's G, O, T, A, J. Go-taj. 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 Okay, try yours over here. So the sounds are O, that O says O because of the tap 2 rule. There's a vowel right there. I says I because there's not another vowel 1 or 2 doors down. Sounds are O, P, I, J. Faux pidge. How'd you do? Faux pidge. Yeah? Maria, did you do okay on a full page? Good. Okay. This one was a little hard. So I'm going to go a little slower on this next one. Okay. The U is my vowel in this word. Let me put a different color. And I'm going to mark the U with a short vowel sound marking because their next two letters are consonants. If the next two letters are consonants, the vowel before it will make it short sound. The short sound for U is This DGE says J. So the sounds are J, crudge, crudge. Try yours. So the sounds are be careful of that. Make sure you get each sound together. I mean, each sound. Make sure you hear each sound, the T and the R. J, trudge, trudge, trudge. Good. Okay, over here, let me mark my vowels. This is short because the next two letters are consonants. This is short because the next two letters are consonants. There's my trigraph, my DGE that says J. When I pencil read it, we have D, E, O, I, J. Deluge, deluge, deluge. Try yours. Somebody pointed out that this is a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel pattern. I love when you can identify that. That means that you can break it up between the vowel, the consonant, and the vowel. You can break it up right there if you want to make it a two-part word. And just do one consonant at a time. So if we just did that, if we broke it up into two syllables, did I say consonant? I meant syllables. The first one is full, flim. The next part is j, midge. Now, these two M's are only going to say the sound once. So they are only going to get one dot when I blend it all together. Flimage, flimage, flimage. Would you please put in the chat how you're doing? I have a feeling I'm talking too fast today. So give me some honest feedback on what I can do to improve and help you. In the chat, how you doing? How you feeling? How were these words? It's a good thing y'all are brilliant that you can catch on so easily. Thank you for that feedback. All right, I'm gonna go everybody's kind of, it's okay, it's a little hard. So I'm gonna go just a little slower on this one. So on this E, it's gonna make it short sound because the next two letters are consonants. Short E says eh. On this I, it's gonna make it short sound because the next two letters are consonants. Short I says I. This DGE says J. So when I pencil read, we have B, E, O. Both of those only get one dot, one sound. I, J. Bellage, bellage, bellage. Okay, go ahead and try yours over here. consonant, consonant, vowel. So if you pencil read this word, we have it, ritage. Ritage. All right, I feel like today was a little hard. Let's come on down to what do I have next time? Oh, the next thing we're going to learn is so fun. It's something that most people, even stellar readers, don't know this rule, and you are going to know it. And it's going to change everything when you see. You're going to begin to see this in so many words out there, and it's just such a fun reading trick. That's next time. For this time, to finish up, I'd like to know if anybody would like to try any of these words, and I will give you feedback live here to help you as you attempt to decode these words. If you would like to try one, put the number of it in the chat.